And good morning to everyone. And poof, just like that, your Labor Day was over and it's time to go back to work and get back to the real world. But the good news is it's a 4-day work week for most people. Makes it a little easier. Gives you something to look forward to as we head toward the weekend. But we got some really nice weather ahead of us, especially Thursday and Friday. We'll get into that here in just a moment and tell you all about that. Something to look forward to, though. Hope your morning is treating you well. You've had a chance to have a cup of coffee and maybe crack open the door and take a look outside. Beautiful morning. Right now, 68 as you're waking up. We'll get a high of about 86 later on this afternoon. Some areas of fog we'll also tell you about here if you got to be traveling to the south to let you know about that. Have y'all seen, and I say y'all so we can all speak together, the pickup trucks that sit like this nowadays to where they pull the front end up and they drop the back end of it? And it's called, I didn't realize this after doing some research, the Carolina squat. Well, Carolina is taking matters into their own hands. Beginning December the 1st, North Carolina, that will be illegal to do that. If you're caught with that on your vehicle, they will suspend your driver's license for at least 1 year. You literally can't see. You're up in the air. It is dangerous, and I get that. Unlike a jacked-up truck where you could see down, this is pointed in the sky. That the latest trend to take America, but that's going to be against the law in the Carolinas starting December the 1st. So thought you might want to know that. Seattle, as things weren't bad enough already there, they've had all these protests and riots, whatever you want to call it, over the past year and a half. Now they've got some 200 cops that may walk over the vaccine shot. They're being told they have to take it, and some 200 don't want to do that. It's their right as American. They feel that they don't have to. We'll see how that turns out. Already a force that is weak, that would just further make things worse. So we'll see how that turns out in Seattle, Washington. A new, and we'll talk about this morning, a new strand of this COVID-19. And I'm not sure if you pronounce it mu or if it's said mu. I have not seen anybody else pronounce it yet, but it's in quotations, capital MU. So y'all tell me how you actually pronounce this thing, but they say it's in every state except Nebraska at this point and spreading. This thing just keeps mutating and developing new stuff. Not sure if anything protects you from it at this point, but it's not a serious thing just yet, but it is spreading, they say. So there you go. That's one of the things that are out there. And also the State Department. Have y'all seen this? Caught in a lie. Imagine that. Biden's folks lying to us. Would you have ever thought that? Huh. Well, a family was caught in Afghanistan. They needed a way out, and a company was hired to lead them to another border, and they did get them out. As soon as they were rescued, the State Department tried to take credit for it. They had nothing to do with it. And wonder why we don't trust the government. Just it goes on and on and on, the lies that come out of there. Anyway, that's a few of the headlines that are shaping America this morning. We'll have all of that more coming up at 8 a.m. this morning. I hope you'll join us. Candace will be back. We're here to kick off a brand new day, a Tuesday at that. 68, as I mentioned earlier, a little bit ago there. Good mornings. We're going to say some good mornings. Let us know where you're watching from this morning as well. Let's go to radar and start the morning off and see what we've got when it comes to fog in and around the area. As we pull this up, South Mississippi, as we go down through here, south of Hattiesburg, well, just barely above Hattiesburg is our first patch of fog there. And to the southeast of Hattiesburg, we come across here in Beaumont, McLean, these areas here, Leakesville, got a lot of fog, and on into Central Alabama. And if you've ever traveled there and you come up on Central Alabama, you know it's two-lane coming in there. And I think there's that Hardee's that sits there. That'll be the first thing that you could actually see there. But heavy fog all around there. On into the edge of Alabama across from there if you've got to be down in that way. So be careful if you're traveling toward the beach or in Central Alabama, Saraland, Mobile, coming back Highway 45. That's very treacherous this morning with all of that. As we go back over here, Picayune, Mississippi, we got some fog in that area there and stretching down into the edge of Louisiana as well this morning. So Pearl River, Louisiana, got some fog there. Mandeville and those areas there. Bogalusa and Vernanda got a little bit there. So be careful in those there. Poplarville also. So Fog is one of those things that it comes and goes, especially in those low-lying areas. But some thick areas there to the south of the Meridian area. We look great right here. Did I mention 86? Yeah, I can't beat that at all. As we kind of scan around there, we got some areas there in Tennessee as well, east of Murfreesboro, around Columbia, Tennessee, and also over here in these areas here around Asheville, North Carolina, some fog this morning. No major rain events. Let me make sure that, we've got radar on. Nothing major happening today. Some showers off the Gulf there, and then up in Wisconsin, a few showers. But all looks great. We'll get into what the hurricanes are doing here in just a few moments. We do have a chance of some showers along the coast here due to something. It's not going to develop into anything. It's a 30% chance, but we'll look at that here in just a moment as well as we look at this. But overall, you can't beat that. No, we're not. And we'll talk about this old boy here in a second also. All right, let's get a little deeper into the weather this morning.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we look at our record highs and record lows, 1990 must have been a warm year, 101 degrees upon this date. 1988, our record low was set at 48 degrees, and I do not remember that. I was at East Mississippi Junior College, if I remember, and nope, I don't remember that. Tried real hard, though. As we look at the forecast for this afternoon, there's a slight chance of showers this afternoon. The further south you go from Meridian, the heavier chances will be as you get down on the eastern side of Clark County and into Waynesboro, Laurel, Hattiesburg area. Bigger chance there, but light shower chance here this afternoon after 1 o'clock as we look for high in Philadelphia, 87, Louisville the same. A little bit bigger chance there beginning around House toward Meridian, and the further south you get, the heavier the chance of showers get this afternoon. As we move over to the Alabama side, Demopolis, there's a good chance you'll get wet this afternoon, stretching all the way over to Auburn, Alabama. We're looking for 87 degrees in downtown Geiger, Alabama, as well as Livingston this afternoon before it's all said and done. Now, this is what we're looking at when it comes to hurricanes this morning. Here's Hurricane Larry, and this is the disturbance that I mentioned along the Gulf Coast here. And what this will do is develop and go across Florida. Alabama could see maybe a teeny bit of showers from it, but mostly Florida and Georgia will see most of this. Not much of a threat of it turning into anything other than a little small rain event. Now, let's go back and take a look at radar at this point and look at this. As Hurricane Larry, as of this morning, is a Hurricane 3. As it sits out here, winds of 121 miles an hour, gust of 150 miles an hour, moving northwest at 10 miles an hour. A very slow storm. The closest things that it will get to is close to Bermuda. Here's Bermuda, and it will stay well to the east of there, so not really a big threat there. It could give a little bit of waves, but mostly and it'll make its way on up here and eventually slow down to a Category 1. We'll watch this, but as of this morning, a Category 3. As we go back here, and this is where we're looking for this system to develop and cut across right through here. Nothing major, and go on out, back out. That little system of it will bring some rain, but definitely not a hurricane. So we're blessed on that. We can't beat that whatsoever. As we go back and continue looking what else the National Weather Service has lined up for us today, here's that pattern there that we just looked at from Hurricane Larry there. He'll make its way on up, and it'll reach Sunday about right there. As we look at the temperatures, we're going to be above normal for the next 10 days. Although we've got perfect weather coming up Thursday and Friday. You will really think it's almost fall with those highs. But a little bit above what you're here for a September day. As we get into our 7-day forecast, we do have that 30 to 40% chance of showers this afternoon. And again, this will roll in roughly after 1 o'clock this afternoon is what we're looking at. High of about 85 to 86. Not bad. You can't beat that. Tomorrow, we'll hit a high of 87 is what we'll get, 30% chance of showers again after 1 o'clock. Now, tomorrow morning when you wake up, as we showed that fog that's down in South Mississippi, we should have some fog in our area bright and early tomorrow morning before 7 o'clock. We'll watch that closely. Look at this as we get into Thursday, 82 for a high. Friday, 83. That is almost like perfect fall weather. Okay, it could be 70 and be a little bit better, but I'm not going to complain, are y'all? 82, 83. I kind of like that. Hopefully that'll be around to stay for a little while. As we head into the weekend, 86, and we'll hit 88 by Monday, but still not crossing that 90-degree mark. We really can't complain when it comes to temperatures, even though we're above normal for this time of year. Now let's go ahead and jump on into temperatures through the 21st. We see that still 85, 86, you can't beat that. And on the 20th, we'll dump down to the temperatures that we'll have Thursday and Friday of this week, 82 for high there around on the 20th. So a lot of blessings as we look at this. We could still be looking at those old hot, sweltering days that are just miserable, but we're looking pretty good. So no complaints on my end, and no major rain. It's just a good day. Not going to complain a bit. Let's take a moment and talk about our friends that help us out every day, and that's the Precast Group here at Meridian. And they do a lot of things. They make picnic tables. If you're looking for a cattle gap that you don't have, that is made of concrete, that'll be there from now on, talk to them. They make those. These are cattle feeders right here. Pretty handy there. Won't rot ever. It'll be there forever for your cows. See them. They've got that. And, of course, what they specialize in is taking care of anything when it comes to a shelter. They build these right here in the Meridian area, can deliver and set them up 20,000 pounds, these things weigh. They're secure. They can bolt them down either as you're building your home, or if you've already got your home built, they can secure these outside where it won't go anywhere. Steel doors that are great. You can bury them in the ground. There's 2 different models to choose from there. The Precast Group, put it in a hillside, however you want to do that. You can design the inside however you would like. 482-0003. Again, we'll have another round of that old bad weather coming up in the fall. And come November, we'll know all about that old tornado season there. But be prepared. Make sure your family is safe. Talk to them today again at the Precast Group, 482-0003, and they'll tell you more about it. We'd love to say good morning here to Miss Donna Roseman. How are you? Glad you're joining us. Laura Lee, morning to you. Lamar Hembry joins us, Kemper County's finest there, along with Terry Ray. A nice, cool morning, and it is. I agree with you. Miss Ruth Key is up, watching, hoping for a dry day. Pretty much. A little chance of an afternoon shower there. Dwayne Phelps, good morning to you, along with Sylvia Stewart. Janice Bounds is up. Christina Gibson, remind me of a dog with worms scouting their across the floor. Okay, I don't remember what you were talking about there. It may have been something I said there. Let's see, watching from Decatur, Jeanette McNeil, how are you? Along with Miss Claudine Baskin. And Flora Overstreet, watching from the Bogalusa area. Glad to have you joining us today. Sandy Kaz is there. LaWanda Grantham. Downtown Decatur, Bree Packer, how are you today? Along with Rick Joyner, also Miss Joyce Godwin, good morning to you. Hope you're doing good there. Also Reggie McKee, along with Dwayne Phelps. It's called spring, fall this time of year. It sure is good, too. Also, Glenn Jackson watching today, still in bed. Nothing watching from in the bed. You can keep it right there in your hand. Watch everything that goes on. Joyce Godwin joins us. Also, Bernadette Odom, good morning. Prayers for those traveling to Louisiana with supplies and help. There's a lot of folks and churches that are taking supplies and taking down to those in need in the Louisiana area. And if your church or group is doing something like that, send me an inbox message so we can tell others about that. So hopefully raise some supplies for folks that need it real bad. Laura Orflin, how are you today? Glad you're joining us. And Glenn Jackson, time to start the day. Sometimes you just don't want to start it, do you? I'm with you. Lay there a few extra minutes and feel better about yourself. We've got Candace getting all geared up to come in this morning, beginning at 8. I hope you'll come back and join us. We've got a lot more news stories and happenings from around the area. Be here, 8 a.m. We'll do it here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and also we'll go live on television as well on MeTV 24. Lots of ways to watch us. I hope you'll come back and join us there. Big thank you to all the folks that make this happen each and every day, and you for watching. Thanks. I'll be back shortly in just an hour and, say 12 minutes or so. We'll be back live once again. Thanks for dropping by. We'll see you soon. Again, right now, 68 as we wait for that high a little bit later on of about 85 today. See you soon from Scotty Ray's Weather.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by